let's talk about Michael Jackson. So, we've been waiting, I guess, with bated breath for this new Michael Jackson movie. What the hell's been going on with it? Remember at one point it was done, but then they had to chop the entire third act because apparently it was supposed to take place with one of Michael Jackson's former child diddler accusers. Um, it was supposed to be a trial or whatever the case was. Come to find out that there was a deal that was in place that they were not supposed to speak ill of anything that had to do with that trial. It was not supposed to be forecast or brought up or mentioned, whatever you want to call it, in the movie. They shot the whole damn thing. So the one thing I do feel bad about is the actor who played the lawyer, the kid, the parents, whoever they had cast in that part. That's sad on them because nobody's ever even going to see the piece of what they did because it's going to end up on the cutting room floor and left there forever. And I'm sure they got paid being the movie, but your whole situation that you work hard on, nobody's going to see it because these idiots over there at the ranch or who's running Michael Jackson's estate didn't read the fine print. So they wrote this whole piece of a script and it's not coming out. So shout out to World of Real for this tea because they said director Antoine Fuqua and screenwriter John Logan were forced to completely rethink the film after a rights dispute involving one of Jackson's former accusers rendered a large chunk of already shot material legally unusable. This has led to potentially only half the film being released next year, which I could have sworn there was rumors that they were doing reshoots. So are they basically saying that they didn't shoot anything? They've just been sitting on this film trying to figure out what they're going to do in regards to the movie. And so y'all haven't shot anything all this time? So they said Puck's Matt Baloney reported that reshoots quietly wrapped last month, and the finished cut now ends with Jackson's meteoric rise to superstardom in the 80s, meaning everything that came after, including his implosion and the dark shadow of Neverland, is out. That's despite 2 full weeks of footage filmed at Neverland Ranch. All of it scrapped. Which, to me, I'm not seeing this shit. Why would I go and see a movie about Michael Jackson that's only going to give me the 80s? So what does it end with? Him doing the Pepsi Cola commercial and his hair catching on, the Jerry curls catching on fire? Is that where it ends? And then we got to find out what happens next time. Well, I mean, we already know what happened. We can Google Schmoogle to find out the D. But like, what? So you're going to give us half a damn movie. And then if it's successful, then you're going to sit up here and say, well, we'll give y'all the other half if y'all go see this movie. Y'all go sit and spin on these with this damn movie. This is why I keep telling y'all I can't stand biopics. Every time I see a biopic, I'm disappointed. Y'all, I don't need to go in on why I hated Bohemian Rhapsody. And funny enough, the person who wrote that movie wrote this one. So you already know I'm gonna hate this damn movie. But I'm gonna try not to jump the boom boom gun just yet. I'm gonna wait until this trailer comes out, which they saying is next month, probably around when Wicked for Good comes out. They're gonna air the trailer, and then I'll come to a determination because I don't think we've even seen a lick of a trailer of this movie. I heard that at CinemaCon, I believe they showed footage, and some people saying they were impressed with what they saw. So I guess I'll just wait until we get an official trailer. And if it's that damn CinemaCon trailer, I'm gonna be tight because I'm like, you know how long ago CinemaCon was? That was earlier this year. Why are you giving us an old ass trailer? You might as well add some new stuff to it. So the producer, or Graham King, I should say, says that he already has plans for a follow-up film that will tackle Jackson's King of Pop years with new material featuring Jafar Jackson, who is Michael's nephew, that's playing Michael, Coleman Domingo, and Miles Teller. The catch, the sequel only happens if Michael becomes a hit with audiences when it opens next April. If it lands big or even shows strong early tracking, they'll move forward. If not, all the extra footage goes straight to the vault, a waste of money, and the Jackson estate, which has been covering the cause of this production fiasco, eats the loss. Meanwhile, they wouldn't give Madonna $100 million allegedly to make her biopic. But y'all sitting here wasting money on fucking Michael. Now, I love Michael Jackson. He's up there in the Mount Rushmore of pop icons. Michael, Whitney Houston, Madonna, and Prince. They're on the Mount Rushmore of pop icons. So y'all gonna give Michael all his money. Because I heard it's ballooned over to at least over $200 million to make this movie. But y'all bitched and moaned when Madonna wanted $100 million for her biopic, and she's still alive. Now, early in the year, when things looked a little rosier for Michael, Fuqua reportedly had a cut running nearly 4 hours long, which Lionsgate had planned to split into two parts. The goal was to turn it into an event film, something on the scale of Wicked. Now, the latter half, roughly 2 hours of footage, might never see the light of day. Now, let's not also forget, we recently talked about Paris Jackson, who is Michael's 27-year-old daughter, already was not feeling this movie. And people was dragging her. I'm like, well, how y'all dragging the daughter? I would think that somebody, if you talk about my father and the things that I read in the script, and you sitting up here trying to say that I'm gung ho about the film, Coleman Domingo said that, and I like Coleman, but Coleman, let's not be out here being messy. Or maybe you was giving misinformation from the people, and now, you said what you said, but Paris was like, don't sit up and associate me with this mess, because y'all didn't even ask my input. And some people was like, well, how would you know, Michael? You was a kid when he died, or whatever, whatever. I would think that there's been conversations around the Jackson household where there have been stories that were shared, or the time that she spent with her father, that she had learned some things. She had seen some things. She knows her father inside and out, even though he died when she was young. So I would think she would know. She said, I had 0% involvement. This is what she told Instagram, which is what she said on Instagram. Sorry. After I said Coleman Domingo, who plays Joe Jackson, claimed otherwise. She said, don't be telling people I was helpful on the set of a movie I had 0% involvement in. LOL, that is so weird. She also said that she read an early draft and called out parts that didn't sit right with her, only to be ignored. She said, not my monkey, not my circus. A big section of the film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy. Lionsgate, which is handling domestic distribution, and Universal managing the international rollout, is still betting hard on this one. They said after many delays, the first trailer for Michael will drop in November, and as I said, attached to Wicked for Good. How that trailer plays with audiences will tell us a lot about whether this project has an audience. So I don't like the whole idea of like the whole half thing. I mean, I get it if you could leave it on a cliffhanger in a way that you can get maybe do two parts of it, Wicked for Good, or whatever the case was. This is why I said from the beginning, Madonna, I know you want to go and do the whole thing on the big screen, whatever. Get this deal with what's his name? Sean. I think what was it? Sean Levy. Do the thing with Netflix. Do the thing on a streaming service, because your life is worth a whole lot more than just being. I mean, I get it. You might want an Oscar, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. Do the whole Oscar thing with the music. If you want to provide it for a soundtrack or something or another, see if you can be eligible that way. I don't know what the rules are, but as far as this whole thing, I'm like, it's too messy with the whole theatrical situation, and it's like them having to split it in all these different parts because there's so much of your life that's going to be on the screen or whatever the case is. So maybe it's best that you do your thing on those, like as a anthology miniseries rather than a big budgeted one, but instead of like a theatrical version. I mean, I would go to the movies and see it, but I don't know. This movie with Michael has been such a mess. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know if I even care. But like I said, at this point, I'm gonna just wait until next month when the trailer drops, and then I'll be like, okay, it looks relatively interesting. I might actually go to the movies and see it. But right now, I'm side on all of y'all. Like, it just feels like a hot ass mess at this point. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding the rumors that we may not get another, like, they're making a Michael Jackson biopic. Don't know how long it's going to be. They said they had a 4 hour cut, but they're only going to release half a movie, and it all depends if you guys go to the theater to see it. If it tracks well, if it does well at the box office, then they'll usher out the second half. But if not, then I guess it's going to be like Fast and the Furious 10, where it's been left on a cliffhanger, and the movie may not see the light of day. So money just wasted. And this is what Hollywood's been doing a lot lately, wasting money, throwing money away like they could just do that. And then their idea behind it is, let's raise all the prices, let's screw the consumer. It's our fault that y'all budgets be out of damn control when y'all need to figure out how to make things on the cheap and stop spending $400-500 million on a damn movie and thinking that this is pre-pandemic where people just run into the theaters to just see any old thing because y'all decided this is a vanity project y'all want to put together and thinking that we give a damn. Although I will say this, with Michael Jackson, he is a global superstar, so people would give a damn about this movie. But I'm just saying, in general, the way y'all just throwing money around, like y'all making it rain on some goddamn scrippers in Atlanta. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.